right, gotta talk Battlefield. Huge news dropped. A new one is coming.
A new Battlefield.
Yeah, and get this, they're saying it's going back to its roots. Like, really? Back
Well, that's what they're claiming. And after the whole Battlefield 2042 situation, I'd say they kind of have to.
Right, 2042, we don't talk about 2042, but this deep dive, we're digging into early intel from Vandal, you know, that Spanish gaming site. And let me tell you, things are getting interesting.
Yeah, they're really pushing this back to basics angle hard.
Back to basics. What does that even mean in 2024?
It means they were listening. Vandal quoted some devs, directly comparing it to the glory days. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4.
See, now we're talking. This isn't just some marketing ploy.
Not if they're smart, it's not.
Yeah.
Think about it. Classic class systems. No more specialists.
You mean I can actually rely on my squad mates again?
You got it. Medics, support, engineers, the whole gang's back together.
Music to my ears, but it's got to be more than just classes, right?
Absolutely. Vandal talked about maps.
Maps. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
64-player maps, designed for that classic Battlefield chaos.
Oh man, 64-player maps. That takes me back.
Exactly. Back to when every firefight felt like a proper battle. They even used the words dense and well-designed.
So not just big for the sake of being big.
No, they're emphasizing intentional design, creating those iconic choke points, those flanking routes, the kind of map that makes you want to learn every nook and cranny.
All right, now this is what I'm talking about. That's the Battlefield I remember. The anticipation, the intensity, the utter mayhem of it all. But hold on. There's one crucial piece missing from this back-to-basics puzzle. Where are we actually fight? I mean, we're going back to basics, but like back to which era? What battlefields are we returning to?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Vandal's report plays it pretty close to the chest, but they did confirm one thing.
Oh, okay, hit me.
It's modern day.
Modern day. All right, so no time travel shenanigans this time around.
Not this time, though. I wouldn't rule it out for a future installment.
True, true. Never say never with Battlefield, right?
Exactly. Anyway, Vandal did mention this concept art.
Ah, yes. The concept art. It's not much, but it's something. You got like this, what is that, a ruined cityscape? And there's a soldier, I think, silhouetted against the smoke. Gives me serious urban warfare vibes.
Definitely. Feels very grounded, very gritty. Could be anywhere in the world, really.
See, that's what I like to hear. That sense of anywhere could be a battlefield. That's classic Battlefield right there.
Right. That feeling that any corner could hide an enemy, any building could become a fortress.
It makes you wonder, what kind of scenarios are they cooking up?
Exactly, and Vandal knows it. They're definitely letting the speculation run wild for now.
So they're just dangling the carrot. Classic EA move.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Though they did give us one juicy tidbit.
Oh, don't hold that on me. What is it?
A target launch window, 2025.
2025. That's sooner than I expected. But still no title.
Nope, they're keeping that one under wraps for now.
All right, fine. I can wait a little longer for the name. But they're not holding back on the development power, are they? Vandal mentioned multiple studios working on this.
Oh yeah, they weren't kidding around with that most ambitious project statement.
So it's DICE, right? They're always the main studio.
Yep, DICE is leading the charge, but they've also got Motive Studio on board.
Motive, okay. They did some work on Star Wars Battlefront 2, if I recall correctly.
That's the one. And don't forget Ripple Effect. They were behind the Battlefield Portal mode, so they know their stuff.
Right, right. Portal's fantastic. So that's 3 studios, already a massive undertaking.
And they didn't stop there. Vandal saved the best for last.
Wait, there's more? Who else is involved?
Criterion Games.
Criterion. Now that's interesting. What are they doing in the mix?
Think about what Criterion is known for. Need for Speed, Burnout.
High-octane action pushing the technical limits. Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
EA is not just building a Battlefield game here. They're building an experience. And they want it to be visually stunning, buttery smooth, the whole 9 yards.
Criterion, huh? Okay, EA's not messing around, but there's one more thing that caught my eye in Vandal's report. Platforms.
Ah, yes. The big question mark.
PC, next-gen consoles, that's a given. But they threw in this little nugget about, get this, Nintendo.
Interesting. The new Switch is still hush-hush, so they can't exactly come out and say it.
But they're not saying no either.
Which, let's be real, speaks volumes.
Exactly. Why even mention Nintendo unless it's on the table?
Right. Tossing that out there alongside Sony and Microsoft.
It's been, what, ages since we've seen Battlefield on a Nintendo console?
Makes you wonder if they're aiming for a truly massive launch.
Biggest one yet.
Could be.
All right, I gotta catch my breath for a second. We've covered a lot of ground here, so let's recap. New Battlefield. Back to basics gameplay. Classic classes, intense 64-player maps, gritty, modern setting, but they're keeping the exact location under wraps for now.
Smart move.
Right, building that hype. And on top of all that, we've got 4 studios pouring their heart and soul into this thing. Dicey, Motive, Ripple Effect, and the cherry on top, Criterion Games.
They're pulling out all the stops.
No doubt about it. And Vandal's report really hammers home this idea of community involvement. Playtests already happening, community tests next year.
It's more than just talk. They have to get this right.
After 2042, yeah, the stakes are high. But based on what we've seen so far, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Me too. There's potential here.
There's that spark. That Battlefield magic that's kept us coming back for more all these years. So what do you think? Are you hyped? Skeptical? Somewhere in between. Head over to our socials. Let's keep this conversation going. Tell us your hopes, your predictions for the next era of Battlefield. Until next time, stay frosty.